familiar with the talks, Disney, the big mouse up the road from us, joins, including Comcast Corp, looking to buy a piece of the Murdoch family's empire. The discussions are said to include 20th Century Fox Film Studio and Fox stake in UK satellite provider Sky. According to the person who asked not to be identified because the discussions are private, the talks don't include Fox News, the Fox Broadcast Network, or the Fox Sports 1 channel. The family aims to make a decision on whether to do a deal by the end of the year. The Murdochs, Rupert Murdoch, 86, and his sons James and Lachlan, Fox executive chairman, are considering a sale as the market values the group behind more slowly growing peers. And a deal would reshape the entertainment landscape by putting channels such as FX and rights to characters such as the X-Men into Disney's hands. So it's a big deal. James Murdoch, 21st Century Fox chief executive officer, has had to battle a series of scandals himself, as you know. Disney gained 1.2% to 106.50 at 8:02 a.m. in New York, while Fox increased 0.9% to 32.49. Talking about shares, Sky shares rose as much as 3% to 957.50 pence in London. And the deal discussions come even as the U.S. Justice Department is suing to block AT&T's Incorporated proposed $85 billion acquisition of Time Warner. The government has said that the merger of a large TV distributor and producer would stifle competition and hurt consumers. A deal with Disney might overcome some of those challenges. Disney doesn't sell TV services directly to consumers in the U.S. Chief Executive Officer Robert Lagar has had success acquiring movie studios such as Pixar, Animation, and Lucasfilm. So a Fox deal could give Disney a controlling stake in the Hulu video streaming service. And the Wall Street Journal earlier reported a renewal of Disney talks. So that is a really big, that's what the sign is, what's been going on with all these big media conglomerates where everything is just getting swallowed up and becomes smaller and just become really sucking them up and made these billions and billions of dollar deals. I mean, just when you think that it couldn't get any bigger, it does. And there you go. But that was a big, well, it will be a big deal. And it looks like inevitably it's going to happen. But like you say, Fox News and it's the Fox movie and the entertainment portions of it and content that they provide to affiliates across the country. But again, gigantic deals being made, being sucked up. And yeah, more power for them. But the X-Men, you like the X-Men? That's a great franchise. Love the X-Men. Yeah, I know a guy that actually does all those characters perfectly. Yeah, if they needed if they needed anybody to do them, they would be at it. If any of them actually got sick or whatever. Yeah, cool. Hey, here's a really neat story really quickly before we go out. Classroom robots. In October, South Carolina teachers at select schools begin using the robots for autism, for a curriculum. And a small robot named Milo is teaching students with autism, spectrum disorder, ASD. Milo is 100 times 1,000,000% cool. Third grade student Malachi McCartney was telling students about 1 in 68-year-old. Let's say about 1 in 68-year-old children were identified with ASD in 2012, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. And as a result, the Texas-based company RoboKind created Milo to teach students in elementary and middle school how to understand emotions and expressions, because that's a disconnect for folks that have this condition. So many kids these days are into electronics and things like that, and Milo can be so much more patient than parents. So Milo demonstrates appropriate social behavior and responses by students by walking, moving his arms, and using a full range of facial muscles to emulate emotions. By interacting with the humanoid, the student learns how to tune in on emotions, express empathy, and act appropriately during these social situations. Milo. You may want to check it out for your kid and see if your school is actually going to get it. A lot of kids have this autism. ASD, they have this, and I think this is a great thing for kids that have this, where they can, electronics, robots, hey. There's good and bad uses of technology, and in the classroom, that's very exciting for any parent that has a child with autism. So look at Milo the robot, and maybe perhaps they'll have a consumer version that comes up. Inevitably, it probably will. They got robots now that can vacuum your floor when you're away. You've seen that, right? Yeah, my wife wants one of those. I don't know if it's like a gimmick or people are really serious about it. What happened to the old-fashioned way? Just vacuuming your floor. It's not a big deal. Keith Allen, For the People, our website, forthepeopleshow.com. All the best. May God bless.